At exactly 2:17 a.m., Mark froze in the hallway. The house was silent. No TV, no AC, no footsteps, just the low hum of electricity running through the walls. And then he saw it. The basement light was on. Mark's heart skipped. He was certain he had turned it off before going to bed. He always did. The basement scared him. Not in a childish way, but in a deep, instinctive way, like his body knew something his mind refused to accept. He stood there, barefoot on the cold wooden floor, staring at the faint yellow glow leaking from beneath the basement door. Then he heard it. A soft sound. Not footsteps. Not breathing. A slow dragging noise, like something heavy being pulled across concrete. Mark swallowed hard. He checked his phone. No notifications. No missed calls. No security alerts. He lived alone. The dragging stopped. The light under the door flickered once. Mark whispered to himself. Probably a wiring issue. But his voice trembled, because deep down, he knew it wasn't. He reached for the basement door handle. And that's when the light clicked off. Complete darkness. Mark stepped back, his pulse hammering in his ears. Then, the light turned back on. And this time, the dragging sound was closer. 3 hours earlier, Mark had moved into the house only 2 weeks ago. Old neighborhood. Cheap rent. Too good to be true. The kind of place people warned you about but you ignored because you needed a fresh start. The landlord, an elderly man with cloudy eyes, had said only one strange thing during the tour. Basement's unfinished. Don't spend too much time down there. Mark laughed it off. Now, standing in the hallway at 2:17 a.m., that warning echoed louder than his thoughts. He slowly opened the basement door. The wooden steps creaked under his weight as he descended. The smell hit him immediately. Damp earth and something rotten, like spoiled meat left too long in the sun. The light bulb above flickered weakly, barely illuminating the concrete floor. That's when he saw the scratch marks. Long, deep, uneven, dragging marks leading from the far corner, straight toward the stairs. Mark's chest tightened. "Hello," he called. His voice bounced back empty. Then he noticed something worse. The basement floor was wet. Not water. Not oil. Dark. Sticky. Blood. Fresh blood. A chill crawled up his spine. Behind him, the basement door slammed shut. "You shouldn't be here." Mark spun around, rushing back up the steps. The door wouldn't budge. He slammed his shoulder into it. Nothing. Then the light above him went out. Darkness swallowed the basement. And in the dark, something moved. A wet, uneven sound. Closer. Mark fumbled for his phone, the flashlight flicking on just in time to catch a glimpse of something hunched in the corner. It wasn't fully human. Its limbs were bent the wrong way, skin stretched tight over bone, eyes reflecting the light like an animal's. It smiled. A wide, broken smile filled with too many teeth. "You turned the light on," it whispered. Mark screamed. The truth of the basement. The creature didn't rush him. It crawled. Slow. Deliberate. As if savoring the fear. "You weren't supposed to see," it said. "They never stay long enough." Mark backed into the stairs, his legs shaking. "What are you?" he cried. The creature tilted its head. "We're the reason the rent is cheap." Memories flooded Mark's mind. Missing person posters he'd seen in the neighborhood. faces that looked like they had vanished without a trace. The creature dragged itself closer. Every house needs a basement, it whispered. And every basement needs to be fed. Mark tripped backward, hitting the steps hard. The flashlight rolled away. Darkness again. Then pain. Sharp, burning pain in his leg. Something bit him. He screamed until his throat tore. Morning comes. The next morning, the house stood quiet. The basement light was off. The landlord arrived at noon, unlocking the front door with a sigh. Another one, he muttered. He walked to the basement door and flipped the switch. The light turned on. In the corner, Mark sat hunched, eyes hollow, skin pale, smiling that same broken smile. The landlord closed the door. Outside, a for rent sign was already waiting. Final whisper. That night, in another part of the city, someone walked past the house. They paused. The basement light was on. And beneath the floor, something smiled.